Hey, it is EX review time, and I just realized my microphone is falling over. We're not cutting it. We like our videos non-edited here. And yeah, so all right, EXs, we have the long-awaited, like literally one of the longest-awaited characters, I think, for EXs is a fan favorite, a community favorite, Ildyra, or Ildyra, as I just call her because I like that sounding. I just like the way that sounds. But she is the water mage. She was one of the best farmers back in the day before Black Witch Helena came along, and she is just I really love her. She is an absolutely fantastic unit. So her EX today, we're going to be talking about Niv, a unit that I really liked as well because I'm a big fan of, archers slash bow units. And the unit I forgot to talk about last time, Mia, or Maya, I guess, depending on which way you pronounce it or which way she pronounces it. I'd ask her, but she's an imaginary character. Anyway, so we got these three units to talk about. Let's talk about them. And we're going to start at the bottom and work our way to the top in the sense of rarity, not in quality or anything like that. Although, honestly, taking a look at this is a unit that is one of the units I often forget is in the game. Not because I dislike her or I have something actively against her, but she's just a unit I don't think about that much. Interestingly, her master ability has Fairy Killer on it. Okay. Alright. But yeah, looking at this unit's upgrade into the EX, what are we looking for stats? Some attack, some HP, some speed, some more, an attack node, which is probably pretty darn good. And last but not least, another speed boost, which is fine because we're looking at a thief upgrades. So taking a look here, we'll start with the support. The support is, of course, the acquired AP support, which now gives an extra 20 defense and spirit for herself. It's not conditional or anything. It's not for a certain amount of time. So yeah, it's just now she has 20 defense and 20 spirit, which is good, but there's a lot of units out there with defense penetration, so I'm not thinking that this is the best thing for her. I think we would have rather have seen just a speed boost, since that's kind of what a lot of her kit is. I don't know. I don't feel like that's really all that exciting. In terms of her other upgrade, we also have this ability, which is the guaranteed critical hit from when attacking from behind. So it's a 210% modifier. This is a big damage ability. It now decreases evasion on the target. So, like, decrease critical evasion on the target for 3 turns by 50. She lands more criticals, but she really doesn't have anything in her kit that's helping her get more criticals. So I question this as well. And last but not least is her job level 25 ability. Decrease single target resistance by 30 for a single turn. 165% modifier, and decrease agility by 25% for 3 turns. This ability is way better for a whole bunch of reasons. One, it's, is just generally good to reduce an enemy's speed. It has decent mod on it. It decreases single target resistance. It's only 20 AP and you get 3 uses, but it also has a good amount of range, unlike her other upgrades. So yeah, there isn't really, I feel like, too much to talk about here. There is some good stuff, but I think everything, the biggest thing is her job level 25. The other stuff I'm not super convinced about. It feels a little bit all over the place for a unit that you would think, thieves are supposed to be more evadey, and you give them defense and spirit. Evasion would have been better, and some kind of buff for evasion or criticals. I feel like this is an all over the place EX. I don't like it, and I don't recommend it. Unless, of course, you like the unit, in which case you won't listen to me anyway. Alright, next up is Niv, a unit that I have had for a very long time, and as you can see, she's rip-raring and ready to go into her EX. And her EX stats look nice. I mean, Her attack is still not the most amazing, but you know, it's on par for a lot of the other EX gunners, or at least close enough that I think it won't make too much of a difference. Niv was already pretty good, held back more recently on the JV side by the a couple of things. First of all, the fact that Frederica got her EX so much sooner. Secondly, that Earth units like Noctis have come along, have made this unit a little less popular, but now with Wind kind of putting a little more pressure against Earth, this unit might actually turn into being one that does turn up again in... I mean, I'm interested, if nothing else. And small note for this unit, and talking about Niv before we get too much into it, there is a Fest bow unit at the beginning of October coming. The Warrior, or the Crystal Warrior of Fire, is a bow unit, which means that there's going to be a brand new bow in the game, and that could be a big power up for bow users. So we have to wait and see, but I like it. All right, so we got attack, we got, you know, dexterity, luck, all that kind of stuff, an attack node, which I'm really happy on a DPS always. That's going to bring Niv very into a good spot as a ranged DPS. You know, again, Frederica and Niv should be a pretty good combination for some stuff. Taking a look at what she gets for an upgrade, this is her missile attack and luck increase is now getting a defense penetration of 40 as well. So that's just great. Defense penetration is always what we want to see on our DPS. This will make her more effective against tanks and high defense units, which there have been starting to pop up more of them. So yeah, this is just strong. This is strong. This is strong. All right. And next, this ability, her large damage attack actually gets an upgrade. So it is going up to, so it's the break physical barrier one. It has a range on it, 3 uses, 24 AP. It's going up to a 200% modifier, so it's dealing more damage, and this synergizes with the fact that she's getting attack nodes, as well as her extra just constant defense penetration. This will be a even stronger ability, and definitely one you will be using. And also we have just that synergy that we love talking so much about here, with her job level 25 ability, which is a single buff, a single turn buff for herself. 2 uses, 26 TP, an increase of missile attack by 80. I love the flavor of this. I love the flavor of Niv's kit. It's essentially, you know, damage. It's her lining up her shot, getting ready, taking that deep breath, and firing that one perfect shot into the enemy. Now, whether or not the AI can effectively use this kind of buff, and along with using her other buffs, that's something that still probably needs to be tested, you know, because of AI stuff and whatnot. But I think that this is really nice. I really like her upgrade. It's in a good direction, and it's in a direction that she wants to continue going. So I think that Niv's DPS is looking pretty darn solid for the future, but specifically in like you command her moments, like not auto, I think that she will be a very effective and very dangerous DPS that will require people to use the earth element to potentially counter her. And in that case, then you just bring up nice wind tank to protect her. As it turns out now, we have Joom. Joom is that best wind tank. I think she's got good protection against earth element, especially earth elemental physical users right now. So yeah, I like Niv's EX. Oh yeah, I forgot to give Mia her. I'm gonna give Mia like a C+. I just don't think it's that good. Niv, I am going to go so far as to say I think that she is an A. I think she's a solid A, maybe an A-, depending on who you're fighting. But her EX is in a good direction, and it looks to be a very effective one, in my opinion. All right, and this is the unit. Nope, not this unit. This is the unit I think that a lot of people have been waiting for a very long time. And this unit is going to be divisive for some people, because I think a lot of people already had in their mind what they thought her EX was going to be. And my initial impression when I saw it immediately after the update was, oh. Because honestly, Ildyra to me has always been such a good farmer. She's really, really, really good at doing that back in the day. And Black Rose Helena essentially replaced her. So it was like, I really hope that she can, get a powerful EX that will help her do more damage so that she can, go. I can put her in my mage farm team and it will be super effective. That's not the case. Her EX is very much geared towards a couple of things. Survivability, durability, boosting her speed a little bit, and HP to make her more survivable as well. And that's good. It is good to see that. She doesn't not get a magic boost or anything like that. She doesn't not get like some good bonus stats and everything like that. It's just that her EX takes her in a direction more towards being a support unit rather than a DPS unit. And for me, I've kind of always used her as a DPS. I think she was a really, really good DPS before EXs came along, like a great DPS. Just effective, fast, great casting, AoEs and everything like that. And now that's kind of just been whisked away. But yes, what are we looking for in terms of upgrades? Well, first of all, one of her upgrades is to her healing ability. And I think this is okay, alright. I mean, I kind of want to see how much it's healing for now. If it's healing for a decent amount, it's fine. But this is not the AoE I was hoping for. Again, kind of wish it was just a big damage one, because I feel like there are better healers out there. But, with this upgrade, maybe she is just a good healer. As for the direction that, calculators, arithmeticians, mathematicians, this job class are going in the future, well, it seems like they are focusing on the height ability rather than the level ability. I'm curious if there's a specific reason for that, because I guess most maps have a good amount of height, but it essentially gives her an AoE resistance of 15, which is nice. She's still weak against single target attacks, but she's a little more durable essentially now, and that works into some of the stats we're seeing. So we got some speed, we got some, we got the HP node here, we have a little more magic, and just some more, what I would say, defensive stat upgrades. And finally, her new job level 25 ability, the final one. It is an AoE. It does have a bonus if the target has a height-related thing, which you're probably going to be running the height support skill anyway now. But as you can see, it's an AoE. It's for your allies. Increase strike, pierce, and missile resistance by 15 for 3 turns. Increase the effect by 10% if the target is a multiple height of, well, essentially 2, because you're running the support. So that's what you're getting. So yes, this is Ildyra's big new skill. It is completely defense oriented. And it's a 25% boost for 3 different types of damages: strike, pierce, and missile. And it's interesting. There are places where I think this would be very good. I think that certain tanks definitely could benefit from this, because there's a lot of times where it feels like tanks have good magic resistance or good sword resistance or both, but then they're missing out on this and they're weak to piercing and whatnot. Like Lord Mont is one that comes to mind. So this is good. 25% is not like, it's definitely a good amount of resistance to reduce damage by. And some units that you can build to have high resistances, Ildyra can just make them that much better. So I think that if you take a look, if you check your expectations of what you were hoping this unit was going to get for an EX, It's not DPS. It is a complete support role, is what her EX is at this point. And she's still a great unit. She can do some really great support-based things, and she does get a boost to her magic, so she will be able to deal damage as well. And I think her AI is pretty good for balancing those two things. But yeah, that is the direction that it seems to be going. More support. So I'm going to give her a A-, mainly because I'm not overly convinced that the healing spell is really what we should have been going for in terms of an upgrade. Maybe some of the damage ones would have been a little bit more interesting, but she was already a great unit, and now she's a little greater. So yeah, A-, but I think that Niv is clearly the best of this one, just because I feel like the thing that she was made to do, she's going to do even better now. And then Ildyra was always split between the two, and one of them's become a little bit stronger, but her DPS was completely ignored, so that's a knock against her. And as for Mia, well, I mean, there's some stuff there if you really like the character. I'm not going to say anything too bad about her, but yeah. So that's my reviews of the EX units. That's basically it for the month of October, barring a completely out of left field thing. So I guess we'll just wait for, or that's it for September. We'll wait and see what's coming in October for EXs, but we're starting to get down for the number of units that are missing EXs in this game. Like you have Elsie and Garble, you have Lhasa, you have Sakura. I probably would have EX Sakura if that's the case, and of course the tactics units. But there really aren't too many units left need of EXing. So could the second anniversary show us EX2? I hope not. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Take care. See you in the next video.